Imagine you're at midlife, your kids have finished college, and you decide to start over, leaving behind an awesome home in one of Washington, D.C.'s best neighborhoods to pack up the family Range Rover and drive all the way to South America.
Yeah, I'm not a stuffed person.
Now add this to the mix. Not only is their starting over home going to be buried in a desolate part of Brazil, but it's also going to have no plumbing and no electricity.
I said if we're going to do that, we need to be within reach of a city.
That's exactly what husband and wife Robin and Binka Le Breton did. They didn't just take a leap, they got a running start and catapulted into the unknown.
It's Robin's fault.
Was it a midlife crisis or madness? Maybe this married couple of a half a century were on a mission.
She put them in there.
In fact, we planted the tree before we even built the courtyard. That was so much.
The couple began building their research and conservation center, Iracambi, in Brazil, 30 years ago. They literally created a county to provide a needed legal framework to save thousands of acres, trees, commission a state park, bring back wildlife, create jobs, teach students about the environment, and create a women's empowerment initiative, and so much more. But their story didn't start in Brazil. In fact, it travels the world.
Here's the red Alfa Romeo that was in Nairobi. This is our house in Nairobi. And I was driving it once to the airport, and I got it stuck underneath the ceremonial arch to welcome the president of Nigeria. And the only thing to do was a couple of big black policemen picked it up and put it in the parking lot. And I left it there and went home. And then when Robin came back, he said, "Where's the car?" And I said, "It's in the parking lot. You can't have it." The policeman said, "Well, you have to talk to the chief of police." And Robin asked his name, found that his name was from a tribal area, and Robin spoke the language. So the chief of police was having his bath, and Robin spoke to him in his own language and said, "You know what women are like." And so he got the car released.
One of my favorite parts of telling somebody's story, especially when you meet them out of the blue, is how they change you. This is the case with meeting Robin and Binka Le Breton. Where did you get married at?
In Kenya.
A story of two utterly profoundly amazing people whose life story, captured in the pages of their family photo albums, travels the world from one adventure, language, and country
3 continents
to the next.
Oh yeah, we had so much fun.
How many languages do you speak?
No, when you get to my age, the question is not how many languages you speak, it's how many languages have you forgotten. So this is Liberia, the great city, center of the world.
We're about 5 hours from Rio, so that's like pretty close.
Been in office for 8 months now.
What do you think about all this the fires and the burning? And
you should be very careful talking about that in Brazil, because there is quite a widespread belief that the campaign against burning is all part of an imperialist plot, mainly run, of course, by Americans, to keep Brazil poor. If you think about it, the Americans burnt all that forest off years ago and grew filthy rich in the process. And then when we try and do the same thing, they come along and say, wag their fingers at us and say, "Hey, no, you mustn't do that."
We went to a party in Mexico, and at the end of 6 martinis, we found that somehow or other that we were signed up to go to graduate school in the States without actually remembering where it was.
And this couple that looked like models straight out of an early fashion magazine took a leap in midlife, changing course in midair, and from the looks of things, still haven't yet hit the ground. After all, isn't that how it usually is with people on a mission?
how many of those constitute a single cup of coffee? I wonder.
I'd say 100. Honestly, I haven't any idea.